This is your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Dr. Don's Weather is made possible by the Randolph County Commission, First Light Coffee, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Wake Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College, and the venue at 5 Points Farms. Here's Dr. Don.
Hey, East Alabama and West Georgia, welcome to your 4th of July week. And we have a major hurricane down in the Atlantic, barreling down on the Windward Islands. We'll tell you all about it coming up on this morning's edition of your primetime forecast for Monday, July 1st, 2024. On Dr. Don's Weather. Thank you, Southern Union State Community College, for being a longtime partner with us right here on Dr. Don's Weather. Southern Union in Wadley, Opelika, and in Valley. Also, Jamie Dukas. Get your ducks in a row with Dukas. Get in touch with Jamie by clicking that link at the top of the video, or you can call Jamie at 256-831-7770 for more information about Alpha Insurance. It's going to be another scorcher across East Alabama and West Georgia, but the heat advisory will stay to our south today. We're thinking places like southern Tallapoosa, down there around Elmore County, back over toward Lee County and Harris County in Georgia. From basically the I-85 corridor south is where we will see the hottest temperatures today. Heat advisory south of I-85, lowering dew points today across East Alabama and West Georgia. We have a front that's pushing through the area as we speak this morning. We think it's going to stall out right along the I-85 corridor. North of I-85, dew points will be lower. South of I-85, I'm sorry, it's going to be pretty much like it was over the weekend. It's going to be hot and humid. It's going to be hot in East Alabama and West Georgia as well. It's just not going to feel quite as bad. But enjoy if you do have lower dew points at your house, because it's not going to last long. Hot and humid conditions will return by midweek, and the 4th of July will be a scorcher across East Alabama and West Georgia. Taking a look at the tropics this morning, there's Beryl down there coming up on the Leeward Islands this morning, a very dangerous hurricane. Taking aim at the Windward Islands, life-threatening winds and storm surge expected to begin this morning. Beryl is located at 11.7 north, 59.9 west, about 125 miles east-southeast of Grenada, or about 140 miles east-southeast of St. Vincent. Maximum sustained winds 120 miles per hour. Present movement is west at around 20 miles per hour. And the minimal central pressure is at 28.50 inches of mercury. We're expecting landfall in Mexico around 2 a.m. Friday morning, and then back out into the Bay of Campeche, or the extreme southwestern Gulf of Mexico, by Saturday morning. And then from there, it right now looks like it's going to be a Mexico, maybe a northern Mexico, extreme southern Texas landfall. If you have interest in Texas, anywhere really from Galveston south all the way down into Mexico, you really need to be paying attention to this. The one thing that I think is pretty obvious now, and with each run of the models, we become more and more confident that this is not going to affect the weather across the northern Gulf of Mexico. So if you have plans to be at the beach this week to celebrate the 4th of July, next weekend, even into about a week from today, I don't see Beryl being a problem for Panama City, Destin, Fort Walton, Seagrove, back over toward Gulf Shores. Now, there could be some rough sea out there. The ripped currents could be pretty rough, but I don't see anything in the way of hurricane weather down there along the Alabama or Florida Gulf Coast regions. Now, we do have another system. It's called Chris. Chris formed during the night, and Chris is making landfall in Mexico. Here comes Beryl, which will make landfall somewhere in the kind of the same area. And, we had one a couple of weeks ago that also made landfall in the same area. I'm wondering if we're seeing a pattern here where, this will be the third storm that's made landfall along the Mexican coast in the last couple of weeks. And then it's kind of confusing looking at this graphic. You normally see that red hatched area out ahead of the storm, but that's because there's a third or a fourth storm, if you want to look at it that way, that may form behind Beryl and take almost the same track. Now, this one might have a little better chance of getting in the Gulf of Mexico, and that would be in about a week and a half from now, so we'll have to watch that real close. We told you it was about to get active in the tropics, and that is exactly what's happened. Here's the latest hurricane track on Beryl. We're looking at major hurricane by 2 a.m. Tuesday morning. And that's going to continue all the way across the Caribbean, making landfall right there along the Mexican coast around 2 a.m. Friday morning, and then back out into the Bay of Campeche as a tropical storm by 2 a.m. Saturday morning. Good news is, before it strikes Mexico again, I don't think it has enough time to make hurricane status for a second time. We'll see. And then there are the tracks, and you can see that all the tracks now taking it into southern Mexico. So I'm not really sure you folks up there in Texas really have anything to be concerned about. Now, this is a rather large storm. Look at that this morning. That is classic hurricane with winds of 120 miles per hour. So it's stretching well to the north and the east, so it may certainly put some rain and squall lines across the Texas coast. But the center of circulation, I think, right now is headed for southern Mexico in a mountainous region that this most certainly will cause massive flooding and mudslides down in that part of the country. Taking a look at your current conditions this morning from the venue at 5 Points Farm, 75.5 degrees. It feels like 77.3. No wind. The humidity is 95%. The barometric pressure, 29.98. Dew point, 74. The high yesterday, 91.2. And it was like a sauna bath. You walk outside, and within about 30 seconds, you're dripping with sweat. Hopefully not quite that bad today across East Alabama, but if you go south of I-85, you're going to have pretty much the same thing. We currently have fair skies. The sunrise this morning at 5:35, and the sun sets this evening at 7:55 p.m. Another hot day on the way, even though it may not be quite as humid. It's still going to be warm. 93 in Roanoke, 94 in Franklin, 93 in Carrollton. We'll hit 95 over in Alexander City. Look at Auburn, 97 degrees this afternoon, and it will be muggy down there, so it's going to be a hot one. 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent. Mostly sunny and hot today. Now, there is a 10 or less than 10% chance we could see a scattered shower across East Alabama and West Georgia, but that chance is so low, we're not putting it in the forecast. If you're along and south of I-85 today, your chances of seeing a shower will certainly be better. If any of those storms can get going, they could be on the strong side. So just understand, if you're Lee County south, there is a chance. If you're Lee County north, there is a T90 chance you could see a scattered shower or thunderstorm. 93, your high temperature today. Tuesday will bring back a 30% chance of afternoon storms. Not quite as warm. 85 will be your high. On Wednesday, a 30% chance of storms. 89. You see the temperature slowly creeping back up. By the time we get to Thursday, the 4th of July, a 40% chance of afternoon thunder. Mother Nature's fireworks. 91 will be your high on the 4th of July. Friday, a 40% chance of storms, 92. And on Saturday, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. 92 degrees will be your high. Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar looking at the entire southeastern United States, showing a few showers out in the Gulf of Mexico, maybe just offshore from Tampa. Then a few scattered showers and thunderstorms down around Miami, and much better concentration of showers and thunderstorms in North Carolina on up into the Virginias. As we zoom in a little closer across East Alabama and West Georgia, you can see that there is no precipitation out there this morning. Hope that you will head over to our weather store and pick up a Dr. Don coffee cup, a t-shirt, and a baseball cap, because part of the proceeds from those items will come back to support us here at Dr. Don's Weather. There's the site on the screen, but you can also go to the top on YouTube, go to the top on Facebook, and there's a clickable link down at the bottom on YouTube. You'll find that clickable link, and you can pick up one of these items. Also, we ask that on social media you do all the things. On Facebook, please like us and share us and follow us. Over on YouTube, you want to subscribe, click the notification bell. Also like us and share us on YouTube. The more you can share us with your friends and like us and interact with us, the better off we are. Also, we have those Facebook stars over on Facebook. We can support us that way as well. And also in our link section, you can find multiple ways to send donations. We have PayPal, we've got Venmo, we got Cash App. I'll get it out in a minute. I've only had one cup of coffee, so bear with me. You've got all those options out there, so please take advantage of that and help support us to keep us going here on Dr. Don's Weather. Hope you have a fantastic Monday. For those of you who are working this week, a lot of you are on vacay, and I applaud you for that. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, we'll see you back in here first thing tomorrow morning with another edition of your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.
This has been your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Southern Union State Community College, the venue at 5 Points Farms and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery. Dr. Don's Weather is supported by the Randolph County Commission, First Light Coffee, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. Be sure to like us on Facebook, share us with all of your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.